Hey, this is Gene. I just, as you can hear, Adam in the background. We do have here we go with Bryan Mbeumo. I can't say his name. People give me shit because I can't say it. It's Mbeumo. I can't say the word. I did a video a long time ago, 3 weeks ago, saying that we need to relax. Let me turn him down. And I kept saying to myself, I'm going to respond to that video and say I was wrong and wrong and wrong. But I never did because I know what was always the plan. You get Kuna in first under last year's financial stuff. And then in July, we would get Mbumbo. I can't say the word, Brian. And always the plan is that he would be available to go on the tour, which he's going to do now. I'm assuming so. They have 72 hours for him to be signed. Maybe the social media stuff might have to wait. I mean, they'll do it in the United States, maybe. But I'm sure that the people that work in those departments, they may usually get Saturday and Sunday off, but I think they're going to be in there doing that, and so he can have his interview and the pictures for him and all that stuff. So it's good. It's done, and we move on to the next thing. And the next thing is that we have to get rid of these other players to give us some more money to get some more players in. Whether that's going to be Sesko, which I really like as a player. I think he's better in Yorkeres. I think he's a more talented player. I think Yorkeres at this point might be a little bit more physical. He's a little bit older, but I think that Sesko overall is a better player. Now I don't know what they're asking, 100 million, but we have sellable access and Anthony and Garnacho that we should get around 100 million for those two. Garnacho should get between 55 and 60, and Anthony should get around between 40 and 50. They should, and they don't have bad contracts with us, so we're not paying them $300 or 300,000 a week. So I just went for a walk, and a lot of things going in my life. My daughter's has got cancer apparently. We're just waiting to see what it is. We know that's probably lymphoma, and that's what I had when I was her age. But she's not related to me, so she's my stepdaughter. It's kind of weird how that works. We just hope that it's not spread everywhere. We don't think it has because they did a CT last week, but she got a biopsy on Wednesday, was it? So it's been about 2 days now, and we're just waiting, and that's just the worst, the hard time. If it's just lymphoma, and it still can kill you, obviously, but it's something that people have a regimen for. It's just it was very big in her lung. Like three inches is a lot being in a female's lung. I mean, that's like half of the lung, and I don't want to be all conspiratorial, but here was a young girl who took all the vaxes, and this thing just blew up. And these don't normally do that. When I had my lymphoma, I was having symptoms for almost a year. And when it got really, really bad, because I'm a stupid dude, I finally got in, and they looked at it, and it's about the size of a golf ball. So I don't know. It worries me that that thing is. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that once you get cancer involved and it has the remnants of the mRNA stuff, that maybe it makes it go quicker, makes it go manifest quicker. And when cancer gets to a point you can't do anything about it, then it's that's the problem. But everybody's happy right now. It's usually in the Manchester United fandom, but of course they're going to say, "Why did it take so long?" I never thought that was really the issue. I mean, we're kind of skint when it comes to that, and basically they just said, "You know what? We're going to wait another month, so we don't have to pay him. If we got him on July 1st, let's say, we don't have to pay him 3 or 4 weeks of wages, and that allows him to pay another million to his transfer fee." And we got money from Elonge, and we got stuff from what's his name? He's going to Madrid. We got some money from that, and we got this in 4 installments. It's like 16.25 million a year, and I think Cunha's 20, so that's 20, that's 36 million a year that we're on the hook for. I said if we get rid of Anthony or we get rid of Garnacho, that'll take a year of that. So, but these players we expect are going to be good, and if we get to the Champions League, um, that's going to mean more money, and then we're going to be able to pay them the money that we need to would do, and it's a good way. I mean, I don't necessarily want just basically Africans, all of them in the team. I would rather it be, somewhat representation of Manchester, even though we know Manchester's is changing. But it still should we should have more native players on that team, and that's just me. I know people say I shouldn't say that, but I just think that's how it should be. Um, but they're both good players, and we're gonna be a lot we're gonna be a lot better up front. The question is, do we give Rasmus another year, and him and Sirski up front? And I think that could work. I think you have a couple players. Let me watch what Adam is kind of like looking at something here.
Bryan Mbeumo. They've already social media announced it. Do you know what that says to me? There, just
Yeah.
looking at it. Sully's put this up. Oh no, actually, I think he's made that up. That's not Manchester United official. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
like,
Sully's put them
he's
up.
gonna say, hey, we already done this. We already taken all the pictures already. We're just waiting for this to happen. And there were some people that were saying that yesterday. There was like conspiracy theories say that they're just basically waiting and waiting because Brentford had no other suitors for him. And I'm like, so we're like, okay, we're gonna sit here, and something happened in the transfer market the last 2 days, and they said, no, we have to do something. Now I think that the hard line was always he had to be on the plane going to the United States. And now that we've got that, they did exactly what they said they were going to do. We just wanted because terms was already established between the player and Manchester United. They was like, oh, and we're going to hear that. Here we go. Well, that's not how it works. It happens all the time that we get personal terms from other players and we never sign these players. You hear it all the time about Sancho and all this stuff. Personal terms agreed, but we can't get rid of them. So, hopefully we get Sancho. If we get 15 million for him and get his wages off the books, 40 or 50 million for Garnacho, 40 or 50 million for Anthony, and put Marcus on loan somewhere if he wants to go to Barcelona and they want to take him on loan. I just don't know where else we can do with him. I just don't think we're going to get rid of Rasmus yet. I think that his wages is not that bad, and behind these players, I think that he'll put a fire on his ass, and I think that he'll do better. And I think this is going to help him out as well. He may not playing in the 10. He's probably going to play one of those wing back places. So that might impact Delo and Dorgu. Well, anyway, preseason starts tomorrow, so that's good. We're going to watch that. Obviously, it's not going to really show what we're going to do, but we'll probably see Cunha actually play a little bit. And Rasmus and I would hopefully they start scoring. Hope we get a couple goals tomorrow. The idea that we can actually score would be nice. But overall, I just wanted to come on here and say um, patience is a virtue. And I guess not just in football, but just waiting on the results on my daughter's cancer thing. And hopefully everything will be good. And, hopefully this is a good omen for that. I know it's stupid. I know it's just, there's no correlation. But hopefully that she gets something today, and so she doesn't have to wait for the entire weekend. I think 2 days is long enough for them to say this is what it is, even if they don't. At least they know what it is, and it's not where it's been. And because I know they took a couple lymph nodes out, so we'll see if it's spread a little bit. I just like I said, I worry because it's a decent sized mass, and you worry that it's spreading. So, but even if it does, the survival rate is still something you can deal with. And she's young, so we just got to get the right doctor, and then we have to deal with health insurance and all that shit. And as somebody that the only reason I bought it or voted for Obama back then is I thought we're going to actually change how we do healthcare in this country, and we didn't do it, and we made it worse. And uh, it's just not good. And it's like the biopsy cost her $3,000 for a deductible, but the actual surgery was 60,000, and they're in there for 30 fucking minutes, and they get 60,000 doing that. I mean, come on. So we still have to fix that in our country, whether it's a public option or you cap how much that doctors can make. I don't have no issue. I think that insurance should definitely pay pretty much everything when it comes to stuff like this, cancer stuff and cardio stuff and stuff like that. If you want to go out and do something to your nose or get boob or whatever, liposuction, you should pay for that. If you want to change your sex, you pay for that shit. But the rest of it, I think the rest of us, United States, would be, take a little bit more out of our tax, so everybody, our tech checks, so everybody can be covered for catastrophic stuff like this. You can't fake having a mass inside your lung, because insurance always says, well, people are faking it. Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to stop right there. Let me know what you think in the comments. You think this is going to be a good signing for us, and does it actually change your viewpoint of where we're going to be this year? I still think top six. I think they're still good teams. Chelsea has improved. I don't really care that they won the World Cup or whatever that is. Liverpool's improved, but sometimes you get too many good players. We'll see how they actually play together. I think that Liverpool the last year, they had a lot of role players that helped them a lot. You're going to have a lot different type of players now, so we'll see how that works. And Arsenal's going to be there. Newcastle's going to be there. I think we're going to be in the top six, probably six. But I think that we're going to be a lot better, and we have a lot more goals, and I think we'll win a lot more games. Anyway, we have a very hard start to the season, so we'll know early. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. You guys have a good day and a good weekend. Bye.